Morning. Today we shall talk about Quebec skilled worker program for Canada, and which seems to be right now the most catching program if one wants to migrate to Canada. Interestingly, people started looking at Quebec skilled worker program after restrictions came in the federal skilled worker program because occupation list was limited to a few occupations, and then quota was introduced for even those limited number of occupations. The quota was filled quickly and very fast in the federal skilled worker program, and as a result of which majority of applicants who otherwise are very interested in filing for immigration to Canada could not file their application program, and hence has to wait for years just for their turn to simply even file the application, forget about getting the immigration visa or permanent residence visa to Canada. Then people started looking at Quebec skill program because Quebec skill program first and foremost did not carry a specific occupation list, though it did in a way through various training factors or otherwise educational qualifications that are earned outside of Quebec or earned within Quebec. Against that, it did in a way try to control occupations, but still more or less much more liberal number of occupations could qualify under the Quebec skilled worker program when compared to federal skilled worker list. Now, when everybody started talking of Quebec skilled worker program, something that immediately caught everybody's eyes was that Quebec is primarily and majorly a French language speaking province, and hence people were very apprehensive about filing an application under the Quebec skilled worker program because they were apprehensive about learning French as a language. Well, as a consultant, as an immigration advisor, Abhinav has been assisting our clients for skilled worker programs, not now, but since last many years. In fact, since beginning of 2001, we've been assisting our clients in the Quebec skilled worker program applications. And what our experience is this, that if you do not want to learn French, then Quebec skilled worker program is simply not meant for you. Till very recently, in fact, till as recent as December 5th, 2011, one could file the application under the Quebec skilled worker program and learn French language while the application was in process. His French language skills will be tested at the time of interview, and if the officer was convinced about his French skills and English skills, the visa will be granted to him. But if the officer felt that the candidate had not really made any sincere effort to learn French as a language, the application was mostly refused. So we made it a point to guide our clients into ensuring that while the application was in process, they consistently and continuously learn French language, and we kept on updating their French language test scores with the BIQ, or what's more popularly known as Quebec Immigration Office. Now, as on December 5th, 2010, everything has changed. Now it has been made mandatory that any application that's filed under the Quebec skilled worker application should be filed with a French language test report called DELF, or one can even give TEF. And even for the points that have been claimed for English language, one should give the IELTS test. Only when an application is filed along with the French language test report and the English language test report can an applicant claim points under the language factor of the selection grid under the Quebec skilled worker program. As a result of this, what it means is simply that you want to file your application under Quebec skilled worker program, you have no choice but to file it with the French language test report and English language test report, which practically speaking also means that one should first ideally learn French, and then after learning French at least at a basic level, give test at a basic level, and at least with the DELF report of one test should one file the application. It goes without saying that one should also give the English language test report in the form of IELTS test to go with the application. The question is, what will the Quebec Immigration Office do if the application is not filed with the language test reports? Well, unless you do not claim language points, you will simply not meet the minimum pass mark requirement, and hence your application will be returned without processing. It's as simple as that. So you have a simple choice: learn French language, at least the basic levels, perhaps A1, A2 equivalent of levels at Alliance Française. Give the DELF test. My understanding is the DELF test is held just twice or thrice in a year, so you have to be careful in ensuring that you book your DELF test dates at the earliest, because normally those seats are very limited. Give in the interim also IELTS test. Get these documents ready. Getting these documents thus could take anywhere between 3 to 6 months depending on your aptitude and your sincerity in learning French language. Get these 2 test reports ready. In the meantime, while you are giving this test, also get your all the rest of the documents ready for filing your application in the Quebec Skill Program, and having everything together, file your application at the closest processing office for Quebec immigration. My experience and my understanding is that from start to finish, it could take you up to 6 months before you get ready and file your application in the Quebec Skill Program, along with the language test report results. We are inundated with queries on the Quebec Skill Worker Program, and everybody says, wow, if I have to wait for 6 months to file the application, that's really too long a time. And then, I wait for application to be processed. Well, gentlemen, for anybody who thinks that, 6 months is too long a time to even file the application, keep in mind that even when you're filing an application in a federal skilled worker program, it takes on an average at least 3 months just to prepare the application, because even in that you have to get a good number of documents, and simultaneously along with those documents you have to give the IELTS test report. Now, point is this, that when you're filing under Quebec program, all that you need to do, you need to simply, along with that, just file your French language test report along with the IELTS report. So what it means is this, that you should ideally give the DELF test report along with the IELTS test report, and you're just adding on another 3 months to the processing time frame. And then the good thing is that by adding on these 3 months to the processing time frame, or adding on these 3 months to your filing of application time, you're almost ensuring the success of your application, because any visa officer at Quebec Immigration Office or at BIQ is very, very well impressed with an applicant who is making a sincere and motivated effort to learn French. So learn French, give French language test, give IELTS test, file your Quebec skilled worker application, and rest assured that there's a very, very good chance of you to get visa for immigration to Canada under the Quebec skilled worker program. Normally the processing time after filing of application depends on the visa post, but after filing of application, normally the visa time, processing time under Quebec program can be anywhere between 18 to 24 months as the matters stand right now. Of course, processing time are always subject to change. So overall, if you're filing an application or a Quebec program, from the time you start learning French to giving French language test and filing an application over a period of 6 months, and including application processing time, you could holding a permanent resident visa to Canada under the Quebec program within approximately 2 to 3 years time. And keep in mind, if you feel that this is too long a time, well, even the federal skilled worker program takes anywhere between 18 to 24 and at times up to 36 months time. So overall, it will take almost same time as far as application processing is concerned in between these two programs. And more interestingly, when you're filing under Quebec skilled worker program, you're also in the process having another skill set in your armory of skills, which is you'll also learn French. It also means that when you land in Canada and you know French language, the opportunities of employment that will open up for you in Canada because of your French language skills will be many times better than an applicant who does not know French language. So learn French, give IELTS test, give French language test, and be a successful immigrant to Canada under Federal Skilled Worker Program. And Abhinav is the company through which you should file your French language, through which you should file your Quebec Skilled Worker application. Reasons are many. First and foremost, we've been managing this particular category of application for almost last 10 years. So we know from past presidents what kind of applications will or will not succeed. Number two, we also have on board with us because remember that just like federal skilled worker, which has a requirement for authorized representative, there are certain licensing requirements. We also have on board one of the authorized representative who represents our clients in the Quebec skilled worker application with the Quebec Immigration Office. Of course, this is an optional service that you can take. But yes, we do offer the services of a Quebec authorized representative where required. That has huge advantages because an authorized representative can coordinate and liaison on your behalf with the Quebec government in all respects and also appeal on your behalf where required. So here it is, Quebec skilled worker immigration through Abhinav. Rest assured, your mandate given to Abhinav will be successful. Only two things we suggest: learn French language seriously, give test with confidence, French language test, give English language test, then file the application, and rest assured you are on way to becoming a permanent resident of Canada under the Quebec Skilled Worker Program. Thank you. Any query you have, you can always write me an email, and my email ID is Ajay, that's AJAY, @Abhinav, that's ABHINAV.com. Thank you and have a very nice day.